Coach Bernard Marquez. Good afternoon, Coach.
Oh, hello
Happy
everybody.
Easter.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ang sarap pala dito sa mag-webinar kakaiba. Kausap mo computer. Hi everybody. Welcome to our very short but interesting topic, I suppose, for many of you, first time to hear about strengths-based parenting. Let me introduce myself. Can I share my screen? Okay. Here we go. We will be talking about how to unlock your child's potential by becoming a strengths-based parent. So I have been a Gallup certified coach for over 7 years, 7 years now. But in the Philippines, we had a certification for coaching, Strengths Finder coaching since 2015, and been doing coaching for executives and parents and children, teenagers as well. So 3 things that I really love doing is marriage. I've been married for 28 years, hindi ba halata? Okay, di ba? Sabi ng wife ko, she wanted to renew our wedding vows. So 25th, tuloy pa raw ang kasal. Parenting is one of the passions in my heart. I've been doing parenting for 26 years already. All our kids are adult children already, and been doing people development for 20 years. Been doing training for executives and corporate individuals for more than 10, 15 years. Okay? So today we'll be talking about parenting, particularly strengths-based parenting. So how do we unlock the potential for our kids and see them grow in a more positive way? So just a little admin for everybody, so also I could see how the landscape of the listeners for today. We will have a poll-in question, so for you to answer, and the way you'll do this is you'll answer dun sa pinakamatandang anak nyo. So if you have 3 kids, you can only answer 1. So if you have a teenager, please do put there number 3. If you have a toddler and there's only 1 child, put 0 to 6. So we will see now our polls. This helps me also to focus in on questions later on. There we go. Can we have the scores? The results, we have 38% teenagers or 13 and up. We have 28%, 7 to 12, and we have 34. Wow, equally distributed. Ano? Ganda ng balance natin, Irish. So, for those people who have 0 to 6, etong first part, sobrang useful sa inyo sa journey namin. Lalo na, meron akong surprise kaya sa inyo para mag-share sa atin ng magandang topic. To us and to our lineage. Pero marami din tayong fears minsan, di ba? If you're a parent now, during our days, walang sexting, walang cyberbullying. But now, parents now are actually worried about how to become an honor student, how to become a competitive student, how to make it to the top schools. You become competitive. And so we have a lot of questions. In fact, we have given you questions that you'd want us to answer, but there'll be things that we'll be answering. But when I summarized the whole thing, and I actually made an analysis of what parents are actually asking, is this two basic boils down to the question. How can I succeed as a parent? Diba? Paano ako mag-succeed yan? May nag-doorbell na. May sasagot. And then the second question is, how can my kids succeed in this life? Especially now, children are being pressured The minute they become socially unaccepted, bullied, parang nagka-crumble na sila. How do we ensure that our kids can have a fair share in this game of life? How can they have an advantage? Two best secrets in our journey between my wife and I as we become parents to our three wonderful children. The first secret I'll share with all of you, the first secret is God's grace. Yun muna, kailangan una magpakasal ka muna sa magandang asawa. So pag maganda yung asawa mo, gaganda yung generation. So imagine naman yung kids namin there. I've been blessed with beautiful children. David, who's now 26, Gabriel, who's 24, and Daniela at the back is 22. And wonderful, I've been blessed with wonderful family. I am walking every day with the awe, waking up with these wonderful people around me. But the second thing that I realized, it's also hard work. Mahirap maging parent, especially raising three kids. Today is not simple. It's a little bit more complex. Finances, emotions, physical presence, and engagement with them. Hard work talaga. And so the question some of you parents are asking, why is parenting so hard for me? Two reasons. Number one, we've not been taught about parenting. There are 70,000 books on parenting. Question ko sa inyo is, how many have you read? There's so much books to read. There's so much information now. The second one is, even though you have been attending courses, what are your goals? Are they clear as a parent? So kami nung asawa ko, we have basically narrowed down our goals to four simple things. Number one, kailangan healthy muna yung mga bata. The children have to be healthy. Bago pa sila maging godly, bago pa sila maging useful, kailangan healthy muna. Huwag muna mamatay. Okay? Kailangan yung gamot, andon, yung gatas, tama, yung tulog, tama. Very important thing is health. Number two is that they be productive. That they learn how to be responsible, respectful, and to be able to have a good use of their talents. Pangatlo is to have good values. Bale, wala kung magaling anak mo, hindi naman siya mabait sa kapwa at hindi naman natatakot sa Diyos. The fourth one is to have good relationships. One of the things that we're discovering now that if you want to have a great life satisfaction, relationship play a big part of the whole satisfaction game of life, the game of life. So what is our approach? This is one of the questions that usually parents would ask. Sa amin, Marquez Academy, we have tried to figure out paano ba natin i-approach yung parenting. So when the kids were smaller, on their 0 to 2, we are very high on control. You dictate, you spoon feed. Kasi bata pa eh. I mean, alangan naman tanungin mo, baby, what do you like for today? Walang galon. You have to feed them. You have to give them schedule. You have to limit their freedom. Hindi mo sila pwedeng patakbuhin sa kalye. But as they grow older, so this is the principle, the younger the kids, the higher the level of control. Mas mataas yung control mo. But as kids grow a little older, 3 to 6, hopefully you've trained them for responsibility and obedience, you're able now to give them more freedom. So as they grow older, your control is reduced. So nakikita natin yung triangle, yung papaliit, yung control mo lumiliit. Ano yung lumalaki? Yung lumalaki dyan is your coaching and you're now parenting from the side. Parents move from controlling to coaching. This is the difference between parenting 0 to 12. Because you're basically in control, authoritative, trying to make sure that they follow and they obey. But as the kids grow a little older, you realize you cannot control them. You have to move to the next layer of parenting. And this is where the transition, and this is where the 38% of you are actually having a hard time trying to adjust to the different styles in parenting. So pag ages 13 and up na, ma-realize mo, hindi ko na pala siya control. I have to actually trust. I have to build more trust. Because my goal now is to raise up independent kids. One day they will fly, one day they'll soar, and I'll not be there for them. They will make their own decisions. They will not be dependent. I don't want to raise kids who are dependent. I want Irish, ayoko naman mag-raise ng mga teenagers. Imagine mo, adults na sila, tapos meron pa silang pulbo sa likod. Tapos sinasabi mo maligot, mag-toothbrush. That's not really funny. Your time is up in that area. So, one thing we've learned kami ng asawa ko is that you only have one shot in parenting. Pagkatapos mo, nag-times up ka na, no more. You cannot bring back time. The second thing you have to understand is that the wet cement years where the kids can really be moldable and malleable is from 0 to 12. That's your window of opportunity. If you miss that, you're going to have a hard playing catching up to be able to put in character and discipline in their children. So, by that time, they're going to be teenagers. So, ang teenagers, paano malalaman ng teenagers kung meron ka na sa bahay? Number one, malalaman mo kung may teenager ka na pag gumagana na yung lock. If their rooms already starting to have the door locks working. Second, you realize there's much use of the earphone now. They have their own music, their own world, and you can no longer use nagging as your tool. The more you nag, the less the children hear you. So, you move from controlling to coaching. You move from, di ba, cute yung baby, ayaw na ayaw nila pag teenager ng mga anak ko, ayaw nila kinukurot sa mukha, baka sapakin ka na niya. You can kiss me, adore me, but do not kiss me in public. Di ba, minsan yung mga kids papati sa school, but they don't want to be, they want to be kissed in public. Also, enough of the telling. When your kids are a little bit bigger, they don't want you to always tell them what to do. And you need to start moving, telling to asking. Joining in, letting them join in with the decision making of for their lives, especially for their lives. You're also moving from negative to positive. Ayaw na ayaw ng mga batang ng drama. Di ba? Yung drama, ang hirap ng... Dami na nila pinapanood, isa ka pa doon sa mga drama na sikasuhin nila. They hate drama. They hate issues. And so we need to move from negative to positive. Yeah, I'm sure many of you have questions now. Ano? And this is the last one. You move from weakness to strengths. Your kids, it's easier to see the weakness of our kids. But it takes a whole lot more to discover the genius in each child. So what is strengths-based parenting? Strengths-based parenting, what is this? And how can this work for me as a parent? How can this be of use? I'll share with you our story later on with our kids. But to define what strengths-based approach means, it means a strategic approach to development. Strategic meaning there's so many ways for you to develop your children to hit their targets. Maraming ways. I mean, pwede mong neglect, pwede mong maging authoritarian ka, pwede kang disciplinarian. But strengths-based approach is basically using a way to train the character and discovering their talent. If you train them, but you do not discover their talent, it's like children having an ability to fly, but they don't stick to their target. They don't have a cutting edge. They don't have a difference in their lives. Ito yung, mamaya may surprise ako ipapakita ko sa inyo yung aking surprise. So, meron akong surprise na ipapakita sa inyo mamaya. Because she's very good at training. And then lastly, give them tools. Provide that for them. Also, they will be providing that for themselves later on as they train their own selves to become talented people. So, in our minds, pag medyo malalaki na adult kids na namin, our goal is to have reliable, resilient, and relational kids. Yun ang nasa utak namin. They're responsible, they're talented, they're conscientious about their company they work for, the clients that they have. They're resilient, they have grit, they have flexibility during the times of crisis, and also they are very good in relationships. So, in our minds, healthy, productive, good values, and good relationshiip sums up into this a little bit more or less our goals. So, today I'm gonna help you welcome with me, syempre yung pinaka nag-train sa aking mga anak. So, Palakpakan naman natin si Miss Ivy. Hello!
Hi, Miss Ivy.
Ang bilis, no?
Nadidinig niyo ba siya?
Hello, everybody.
Yan.
Guest lang ako dito, so ikaw ang magsasalita.
Alright.
I'm supposed to talk about my 2 strategies, no? I hope you don't mind me talking about the things that we did. In fact, ang daming nagtatanong sa akin, so ang ginawa ko, nilagay ko na sa isang libro. I have these 2 books, no? These are our strategies for training our children. One is pray. What I did, tatagalin ko na ito kasi hindi ko naririnig ko yung echo. What I did was, one, pray for my children, our children. And inside this, minsan, diba, sino ba naman ang parent na hindi gustong mag-succeed ang anak? Gusto niya, siyempre, maging successful in life. And hindi mo kontrolado ang buhay ng iyong anak at hindi pa rin kontrolado yung sarili mo. So the biggest thing that we did, especially when they were younger, until of course hanggang lumaki, is to give them to the one who actually controls them, which is God. And what I did was keep on praying for them, of course, ulit-ulit yan eh. But I realized there are scriptures already that talks about our kids' success. And what I did was compiled series of verses that I would declare every day to my children on their health, on their emotional health, on their growth, on their friends, on their academic, on their career. And I realized the Bible is already full of that. So, nilagay ko lang to dito, and that's what I did. To this day, I still do that. I pray for them and comfort them and cover them in prayer. Second thing I did was actually do a training. Training is intentional. Sabi sa Bible, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So, ang mga bata, hindi naman niya naturally natututunan to eh. Kailangan talaga ituro natin. So, kumbaga parang skill, whether it be sport, if you notice the word train kasi has a connotation with a sport, no? Inaaral mo, nagkakaroon ka ng muscle memory until you practice it until you have a muscle memory about it. So that's what we did. And sabi nga ni Bernard kanina, mga importante sa amin is that they would have the values, that they would have the character, that they would have, kasi pwede silang tumalino pero mayabang naman. Pwedeng tumalino pero walang pakialam sa mundo. Gusto mo sila lumaki na meron siyang godly values, perspective, purpose, confidence. At so, during their growing up years, yun yung tinuro namin. And a lot of parents have been asking me, how do you teach that? It's an abstract thing. I did it, I wrote it here already. It's in the form of mga competencies that you will teach in small increments to your children. So, yun lang po. Marami pa, pero syempre, ang gusto mong simplify. So, for us, it's just pray and train.
Actually, yung libro na to, yung sinishare ni Ivy, no? If you see the word arrows, we actually did not do that to write the book. We used that as our guide when the kids were growing up. So tinuro namin unang-una is attentiveness para yung mga bata marunong makinig. And then respect and responsibility as the main drivers of their activities every day. And then of course, the fourth one is obedience. And then yung WS, yan yung ginagamit namin kapag teenagers na sila. Kasi hindi mo na sila pwedeng sabihan kung anong gagawin nila. Pag malalaki na sila, you need to train them and trust them that they'll make wise choices and they'll have self-control. If they don't have that, kahit na sobrang talented yung anak mo, your kids will actually lose out on their flight in this life. So, Ivy, kwento mo nga sa kanila yung bakit importante sa atin yung character over grades.
This is one thing I notice, no, especially for us parents, and I'm guilty of that. But sometimes we are so grade-driven, performance orientation, importante sa atin yung 92, 99, naiinis ka pagka may line of 7. But I realized, what is that? It's just a number that even the child wouldn't even know. And pagdating mo pala sa trabaho, kasi isa sa mga trabaho namin is a trainer. We do training for corporations and we realize what actually matters in the report card are those on the right side. Yung work habits, personal development, social development ng bata. Ito, wala tayong grading, hindi nga natin tinuturo diretso eh. Wala ngang curriculum para dyan. We are just assuming that the child already knows that. Tapos i-grade mo na lang. But I realized these are the very things that are important when you grow up. These are the life skills that are actually important. These are the things that your bosses are looking for.
Yan ang mga seminar ng Ariva.
Ano tama?
Kaya pag tingnan mo dyan, maraming seminar Ariva nasa right side. And
The
you actually
work
don't
habits
use
and personal development
Okay.
is very
Oo.
important. So that is the character development if you notice. Yan pala dapat yung tutukan natin. Yun yung big aha moment sa akin eh. Kaya parang sa akin talagang ngayong malalaki na yung mga bata, sabi ko, I will just go and talk about this because these are more important. Not that I am downplaying the academics, but for a child, what is academics if it is not actually translated into good behavior, into fruitfulness, into purposefulness, into confidence, into leadership? Dapat mata-translate natin yan into this right side of the report.
Imagine mo naman, nakapalakpakan naman tayo. Ganyan kagaling yung asawa ko. Yan ang nagpalaki sa aking mga anak. Thank you so much. Diyan ka lang, huwag nga alis. Makinig ka lang sa amin. Alright? So, yung mga anak namin, they're all homeschooled from 0 hanggang high school. All of them, they learned how to read through homeschooling. That's one of the wonders of the things that God gave us grace on this learning. But after that, all of them went to college. Imagine mo dati, kaya mahirap din maging parent kasi dati nung homeschool sila, 50,000 a year lang ang binabayad namin sa homeschooling. Pagdating sa college, $500,000 na kasi lahat sila mula sa lista. Ang hirap, kaya ilang kalabaw ang aking pinautang, bisinanla. Ngayon, I have good news for everybody. My youngest now will be graduating this June as a medical doctor, and I'll be sharing with you more about that. So, what is strengths-based parenting? Again, it's a strategic way to develop our children. The second thing about strengths-based parenting is that it is focusing on what is right. Madali hanapin yung mali eh. Pero if you are going to parent your children in a strengths manner, you have to figure out first, saan sila magaling, hindi saan sila, diyan ka magaling, okay? Kung saan sila lagi napapagalitan. At the core of the strengths movement, basically, is the focusing on what's right about our children. All our kids are wonderful kids. They have strengths in them. There's some things that maybe just like both of us, may mga weaknesses din kami, but if we focus on that one, kulang ang oras. Ang daming drama sa buhay. Wala ka ng energy to grow them up to become the best people that they need to be. So why do we tend to focus on the negative, Ivy? We tend to focus on the negative kasi yung wiring ng brains natin. Di ba parang lagi tayong cautious, lagi tayong nagtakot, baka mamaya, pag hindi ko binantayan yan, they'll end up to become drug addicts, prisoners. Nakaganon tayo. But the truth of the matter is, children have their rawness. May raw elements in mga children. Do not panic. Okay? But instead of doing that, you have to understand that in your brains, it is wired to see the negative. Pag tinignan mo itong t-shirt na to, ang ganda, puti. Pero yung mata mo nakafocus sa isang madumi. And that's what we call the negativity bias in psychology. No? Nakikita ng utak natin, yung minds natin, yung mali sa mga anak natin. So, we need to start focusing on the positive. Tingnan nyo naman yung mga anak ko, ang gaganda, di ba? Dahil sa nanay yan. Yan ang positivity. All of my kids grew up from all homeschooled, all weird, trained up. But at some point, we had to really figure out saan ba sila magaling. Kasi hindi mo makikita yun as a kid eh. And so this thing helped us. There's a tool called Strengths Finders 2.0. It gave us the DNA, so to speak, of talents. So merong 34 themes yan. And we had all our kids try to answer them and see kung sino magaling sa execution, yung mga batang magaling sa action, mga batang magaling sa activities and events planning or sa deadlines. Then there are kids who are good at strategic thinking. They're very analytical. There are people who are good in relationship building as well as influencing. So, hindi mo malalaman yan kasi pag maliliit sila, how do you know? All the things you see is rawness. But when you let them take this one, maybe at the about of age of 14 and up, we'd not suggest for them to take it at a very young ages, 10 and below, no, or 12 and below. Merong pang strengths quest for that one. There's another test for that for small kids. But we're particularly focusing in this conversation, how do you help kids develop their talents, especially with their teens and up? Now, let me share with you my son. He is David, and he is now the CTO of a company called Expanse. They are the ones who do the e-commerce for the big company called SSI, the Rustance Group. And all when you do an e-business with them, all the businesses go to their system, and you pay to them, and they deliver to you. When David was younger, he was very futuristic. He is very visionary. He loves games. He loves computers. He likes a lot of things about processes. And so nung tinake na to, nakita namin, wow, oo nga, no? Paano nalaman nung algorithm na he is futuristic and he is a learner? Nung tinitignan namin to, nag-validate nga kami na, totoo nga, no? He's very decisive. He's very perceptive. He's very curious and process-driven. So yan si David, akala namin nag-games lang. Pero yun pala, papagalitan pa nga natin lagi. Dahil puyat na puyat lagi eh. He's always playing with the gifts. Little did we know that is the raw being developed to become his future talent later on as a grown-up. Now, he is managing as a business partner of Expanse Company, a business that he's running. So, yan, yung company. The third definition of strengths-based parenting is to deliberately look for what is good. Hahanapin mo yung maganda. Hindi lang yung tama, yung maganda. Deliberately. You're catching them do right. My second-born, his name's Gabriel. She is the brand manager in Uniqlo now. She came from McDonald's and from SM Group. But she loves people. She is a woo. She's a blue. Kumbaga pag sinabi mo sa Strengths Finders world, nako blue. Very relational to. Siya yung tipong pag weekend may plano lagi yan. Lalabas siya lagi. Masyado siyang friendly. So, very engaging, very intuitive, very accepting and warm. This daughter of ours, we believe, she's created. She does not want to have a box. She wants to create her own lane. She's entrepreneurial. She's, at the same time, yung mga clues namin sa kanya, she is so enthusiastic about life. Sobrang outgoing nga. She's now considering to move to Canada. Kasi kakasal na siya by June. Imagine mo, may kakasal na akong anak sa June. Girl, huwag mo kami kalimutan. So, kung medyo negative bias ako, lagi kong sasabihin sa kanya, ano pa yan? Gabe, dito ka lang sa bahay. Ano kaya? Huwag ka masyadong magbabarkada. Ano yan? But little did we know that is the raw nature of her talents. To become a people person. One day she's going to be a great communicator. She will be a great storyteller. Belief is powerful as parents. We need to believe in each child. Makikita mo raw, but you've got to understand that it's a choice to believe in rather than control. Kung gusto nila i-control. Why do we tend to focus on the negative? I love my kid, but it's a human nature to see the negative. But when you start seeing the medyo bent nila, parang may mali ah. Gala na gala yung anak ko eh. Why don't you try something positive? Why don't you see that baka mamaya, balang araw, yung anak natin magiging real estate broker yan. Kakaikot niya, marami siyang mabibenta. Di ba? She might be a traveler. Minsan nakikita mo, madaldal yung anak mo, yung negative, di ba? Why don't you just say, wow, magiging speaker sa Ariva. Motivational speaker one day yan. Parang si Bird. Ganyan yun ng bata. Now, I see in Gabriel, she's a good speaker and a communicator. So, yung anak ko, puro games. Yung pala, IT engineer pala siya. But sometimes tahimik. Like my third child who's so quiet. Halos mapapanis na yung laway niya. Every time kami mag-family huddle, dinner, lunch, yun ang sinasabi. Yung pala later na magiging doktor pala. Hindi ka pala pwede maging madaldal kung doktor ka, diba? And then you have to respect their personalities. Tagal mag-decide na si Daniela. Pala deliberative pala siya. Siyempre, kung magiging doktor ka, kailangan maging deliberate. So, but those things we do not know. Kaya thank God that we had this wonderful tool called Strengths Finders. Nakahanap namin yung talents at saka teams nila. So, maximizing each talent of each child is one of the definitions also of strengths-based parenting. So, when I was looking at my daughters, this is Daniela when she was like 12, she loves to bake. She loves to, cook. And then baking ang gusto niyang gawin. So sabi niya sa amin, Dad, I want to become a baker when I grow old. Tapos nung tinitignan namin yung mga scores niya sa kanyang high school, she's the only one who actually went to third year and fourth year sa regular school sa ICA. And then she was in the honors class. When I was looking at her grades, ang tataas ng math, ang tataas ng science scores, as I told her, anak, pwede ka naman siguro mag-bake later on, pero not many people have this great aptitude for big data and aptitude for great memory. Have you considered medicine or law? Sabi niya, hindi po. So third year pa lang. And then later on, as I coach her and she's going through her fourth year, na-realize siya, I'll just bake on the side and I'll become a doctor. To this date, she's now finishing her doctorate degree and dahil na yung quarantine, wala siyang ginagawa sa bahay niya, hindi siya pwede mag-doktor, nagbe-bake na lang siya. So yan ang kanyang side. So when she took the strengths-based, strengths finders assessment, ito naman yung kanyang talents. You'll see more blue and more also the what do you call this, the purple. So she's very careful, very fit for a doctor. She's thoughtful. She's genuine, good for a client base. Hates issues. Siya yung anak namin na sobrang ayaw niya ng drama. Pag may nag-aaway sa family, siya yung unang na unstable and that's her uniqueness, so temperament na. And she's a planner and customizes, very individualizing. So you want to share something?
If I may add, you're looking now at the picture of the strengths of the child. This is the thing that you get from the assessment. All this description, careful, thoughtful, and sensible, are going to be given to you already. Sila na nag-ayos para i-describe ano yung talent na meron yung anak mo. And as a parent, that's what we studied. No? Sabi ko, hindi ko pala pwede sila i-cookie cutter na I'll parent them in the same way. iba-iba pala sila, iba-iba yung gusto, iba-iba yung strength. So, my studying on this actually helped us gain wisdom on how to connect and how to direct them and how to encourage them.
Yeah. Very important yan kasi if you don't have this, it's hard to become positive in your communication, in your connection with your children. Lagi mo makikita yung mali, lagi mo makikita yung issue, lagi mo makikita yung dapat nilang gawin, utusan. So there is in strengths-based parenting, there is a thrust to find the positive ways to build memories with your child. So when the kids are growing in their younger years until their teenage years, we were deliberate about becoming positive. It's hard kasi kami, very meticulous nga kami as parents. And so minsan, andun pa rin, may drama pa rin, even with all the trying of the positivity and all. But we understood that there are 3 areas whereby you need to become positive in your parenting. Number 1 is in your perspective. Dapat positive yung tingin mo sa mga anak mo. Hindi mo sila makikitang pabigat or magulo, makulit. You have to see them as a blessing that they are. The second is be positive in your conversation. Lesser drama, more direct to the point, and shorter and sweeter. The last one is on practice. Kailangan yung positivity mo, ginagawa, pinapractice mo talaga. So, pag nakikita ka lang resilient ka, that gives them the confidence that they can make it through life. Why is positivity important? Very important na maging positive sa inyong mindset. Because number 1, it produces calmness. Mas kalmado ka as a parent. Pag nakita mo yung anak mo as good kids, syempre, praise them. When you see them as reliable, when you see them as obedient, when you see them as taking initiative and they're hardworking, you're actually basically more drawn to them. Kasi nakikita mo yung lente mo sa kanila parang positive, very engaging. As compared to when your mindset is negative, instead of becoming drawn or becoming engaging to your kids, you become stressed. Bakit? Nakikita mo tamad sila. So pag tamad yung nakita anak mo, le-lecturean mo. Pag nakita mo siyang codependent, ifo-force mo sila. Pag walang initiative, ki-criticize mo. When you don't have achievement, you shame them. When they're stubborn, you punish them. So imagine all these counteract reaction to your children based on your belief in them and your mindset creates a disengagement. And so that's the reason why we want to ask parents to be more calm in themselves. I like this quote by Einstein. Sabi niya, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. We see things as we are.
One of the things I've learned about parenting is, kasi kinalakihan ko, lahat kami sunod lang sa nanay. Ang sabi ng nanay ko, basta. Meron siyang abas principle. Basta sinabi ko, yun ang masusunod. And I grew up knowing that, kami pala mag-a-adjust sa parent. Here, the mindset is, tayo palang parents ang mag-a-adjust. Tayo pala ang pupunta sa mundo nila. Tayo pala ang iintindihin sila.
Nice.
Tayo pala ang gagawa ng paraan para alamin kung what makes them tick. Hindi yung ako yung nasunod, ako yung nanay, ako yung tatay, ako masunod. So, dito, naging learners kami. Inaral namin kung ano yung mga developmental stages ng mga bata, ano yung kaya nilang gawin, kaya nila emotionally, kaya nilang intellectually, kaya nila spiritually. At yun, ipinasok namin into the parenting system that we're actually doing. Hindi lang siya yung follow me, just follow me. We followed them. We followed their growing up years and became a student of our children.
Nice. I like that. I like that. Your mindset is powerful. If you see them as a blessing, you'll study them. You'll become a student of your kids. Yes, they might still be raw and immature now, but one day, like my kids now, they're all adults. They're in their field. They're working. They're making money already. And we're reaping the benefits of having positive and strengths-based conversations with them. Science-based parenting also is seeing the future instead of the just now. And so this is helping you become patient. Relax ka lang. Una, kailangan maging grateful ka, binless ka ng anak. Hindi lahat may anak. Pangalawa, it's a process. You cannot force them to grow up to become mature and useful immediately. It takes growing up and being patient and developing them. And then the third is to become a student of your kids. See their potential and learn better ways to grow our children. Strengths-based parenting is all about learning. Learning. Pag-aaral, sabi nga ni Ivy kanina, we've never stopped studying. Every waking hours of our lives, we learn and grow, so that we become better students and relators to our kids.
I'd like to share my favorite verse. A man's understanding makes him patient.
Yeah.
That's Proverbs 19:11. A man's understanding makes him patient.
Yes.
If you understand what it is your children are going through, if you understand what it is you are going through, if you understand that they have the strength, they have weaknesses, they have their own inclinations, if you understand it, you will become patient. Yun po yung aming secret. Pag naintindihan mo, magiging pasensyoso ka. Pag hindi mo naiintindihan kung ano nangyayari, lalo kang magpapanik, ma-anxious ka, magagalit ka kasi hindi mo nga naiintindihan eh. Parang nagsama-sama na yung lahat. Bakit ganito yung anak ko? Bakit hindi siya pwedeng ganito kagaya ng kapatid niya, di ba? Eh, hindi pala. So, I realized it's the understanding that we need. Kaya pala may mga libro nga ng parenting na kailangan tayong basahin kasi we need to really study them. We need to study the process.
Yeah.
Sabi nga ni Bernard, we only have one shot at this, no? Hindi sa tinatakot ko, pero may grace din naman. If you ask, God will give you the wisdom.
Yeah.
Salamat at nandito ka sa webinar ngayon, nakikinig. And I know God will see your heart to learn for your children.
Yeah.
And we wish you success. We wish your children success.
Tsaka wag mo ikukumpara yung anak mo, lalo na kung sasabihin mo na, ano ba, yung grades mo, talo ka ng pinsan mo, tahimik yung pinsan mo, matataas yung grades. Baka mamaya sabi sa'yo nung anak mo, tay, ang daya mo naman. Huwag mo kumpara sa pinsan ko, matalino tatay mo. So, ikaw, mayayari ka din. So, don't compare. Okay? Matalino tatay mo. Be grateful for the small increments. Pag may ginawa silang tama, celebrate. Di ba? Rejoice. Look for where they are good at, not where they are weak at. Kasi walang katapusan yung pwede mo silang sisihin kung saan sila nagkamali.
Tsaka pag point ka ng point sa mga negative niya, ayaw na niya. Hihinto na siya. Anyway, napapagalitan ako, ba't pa ako magta-try?
True.
Ganun na lang ang mangyayari. Kaya that's why we have a lot of kids now having a lack of confidence because feeling nila, nag-try ako dati, pinagalitan ako, so why do that? Pero pag hinanap mo, what is my child good at? Meron siyang small victories. Parang gumagaling siya, parang may nagsasabi sa kanya, anak, kaya mo yan. In fact, natutuwa ako, nagawa mo yan. So, those are small victories for a child. And as a young child, it's very important na marami siyang ganon. Kasi lumalakas yung puso niya.
Yes.
Parang asawa mo nga, di ba? Pag sinabi mo, good luck, Han. Kaya mo yan. Di ba? Ikaw nga, as an adult, lumalakas yung, tumatapang ka. Pero pag sinabi mo, hindi mo kaya yan, ganyan ka na naman. Lagi ka na lang, di ba? Nakakadurog ng puso at ng confidence.
Correct.
So look for where your kids are good at.
Yeah, sabi nga nila, di ba? Kung gusto mong mabuhay, kailangan mo ng 4 na hugs. Kung gusto mo mag-stay, kailangan mo ng 8 hugs. Kung gusto mo mag-grow, kailangan mo ng 12 na hugs every day. Imagine mo yun, no? So, kailangan i-hug lang. Positive hug. Hug. Okay? Another one is to catch them doing what's right. Pag nakikita mong gumagawa ng tama, bigyan ng jacket yan. Bigyan mo sila ng praise. Bigyan mo ng celebration na small surprises for them that you're giving them the message. I see. That's really good that you're doing. and then spend time honing their skills. Allow them to make a mistake. Allow them to fail. Kasi habang bata pa yan, pag nag-fail yan, okay lang. Pag matanda na siya, tapos di niya discover yan, wala, mamimiss out na yung turn to discover great things in his life. Then, of course, lastly, is model to them how to use the strengths. Ako, I'm a woo, I'm communication, positivity, adaptability. Kita-kita nila sa akin, hindi ako nagpapanggap na ibang tao ako. I thrive where I'm good at. I woo in all I do. And so that's how we basically parent our children. And then lastly, respect their individuality. Huwag mo sila i-cookie cutter. Lahat ng anak ko, iba-iba. Yung isa ko, yung panganay ko, lalaki, iba siya. Yung pangalawa, iba siya. Yung pangatlo, iba. Wala, siguro kasi na 20 sa isang anak ko, iba-iba lahat sila. There's no one kid the same as the other. So, last thing you have to do is shut up when you feel the urge to criticize and compare. I think better is if you have no kind words to say, you might as well keep your mouth shut. I think that's easier said than done. Kasi minsan emotional tayo, and that's all another topic on EQ and parenting. Pero if you can practice that, that's going to be a whole lot better. Okay, be a strengths detective. Find out where your kids are good at. Ito yung strengths table namin. Tapos pag nakita mo yung combinations ng mga anak mo, tulad nito yung si David, nung pinag-aralan ko siya, wow, futuristic plus learner. Man, he can embrace new concept and processes to encounter new experience and create possible future solution as a tech person. My second is a woo plus discipline. Kakaiba yun, ano? Woo, tas may discipline ka. Imagine mo, she can solve social order and social chaos in her company. And last one, my youngest, deliberative plus individualization. As a doctor, she can clearly see the nature of each person's unique situation and exercise the restraint to generalize and in order to give the right pathology. So lastly, we want to say, guys, be a strengths advocate. Ibig sabihin, move from controlling to coaching, move from negative to positive, move from weakness to strengths. Build relationship, focus on the positive, train for productivity. If you want to read up on strengths-based parenting, there are books that we wanna share with you. It's called Strengths-Based Parenting, written by Gallup, and Your Child's Strengths, also by Jennifer Fox. The first book I've read on strengths-based parenting, and the last one is the Strength Switch. So, I'll end here. Miss Irish, you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much. That was really a lot, Coach Bernard and Miss Ivy. It is, well, actually helpful and useful, especially for me that I have 6 children. So,
6 children.
yes. But anyways, we will move on now to our question and answer. But before that, we'll just have a short break. So
Okay.
please stand by. Okay, for our viewers, please stand by. We will be back shortly. Thank you.
Every coffee needs a lotus.
Hi, I'm Mel and I am choosy. My ultimate skin goal is gusto kong mag-even out ang skin tone ko.
Hi, my name is Gian Anwada. My skin goals are to become whiter, fairer, healthier, and younger.
It really shows na yung skin ko ngayon mas moisturized, mas glowing, and mas healthy.
Thanks to Glutasine, I got my skin tone back. Thank you so much, good to see you.
What's the secret to beauty's beauty?
Langis.
Ito ba lahat ang gamit mo?
Ay hindi. Isa lang ang gamit ko for all. Moringa O2 Therapy Oil. Hindi lang malunggay. Meron ding olive oil and omega from sunflower oil.
This therapy oil helps relieve my dry and irritated skin.
It helps lighten my scars and stretch marks.
It helps make my hair strong and healthy.
This is our beauty.
Every coffee needs a lotus.
Hi, I'm Mel and I am choosy. My ultimate skin goal is gusto kong mag-even out ang skin tone ko.
Hi, my name is Gian Anwada. My skin goals are to become whiter, fairer, healthier, and younger.
Okay, welcome back. So for our questions for Zoom participants, please type in your questions at the Q&A chat box below. For Zoom live questions, please click the raise button to notify the administrator. And for our Facebook Live viewers, type in your questions at the comment box. Coach Bernard, please allow me first to greet and acknowledge our out of town participants. So we have 3 participants from Baguio. Thank you for joining us today. From Pampanga, we have 8 participants from Cebu. Thank you for watching. 8 participants also from Davao, Iligan City, Olongapo City, Palawig, Zambales. Thank you for watching. San Fernando City, La Union, San Manuel, Tabuk City, Tagum City, and Tarlac. And also, I'd like to greet our Ariva partner speaker, Sir Ronnie Torlash. He's watching right now. Miss Chinky Santo Tomas and Kate Palanya Rahenfor. Okay, shall we start?
Yes, go.
For the first question, this question is from Maria Teresita Claver. How can I motivate my 17-year-old child? What are methods to attract her to learning and keep her away from video game addiction?
Yeah. Actually, ang mga bata ngayon, the kids are very much into gadgets and technology. Motivating a child to do what they need to do sometimes is the hardest thing because their hearts and focus is on the interesting video games. Now, one of the things that we have established with our kids, especially ang pinaka mga video games namin, yung eldest namin. And so, hindi mo naman pwedeng pagalitan dahil they love to do that. No? So, you just have to set boundaries and time for them to have the window for them to play. But at the same time, they're aware of what you need. I'll tell David, I need you to bring out the trash. I need you to clean up your stuff. I need you to finish your schooling. After that, pretty much do whatever you want to do in the boundaries. But of course, mahirap din minsan, lalo na nag-teenagers, nagpupuyat sila, no? E nakikita mo sa pimples nila. So, minsan yan ang mahirap i-control. Again, we're moving from controlling to coaching. When your kids get a little bit older, you're engaging them in their thinking. Kailangan meron ng cause and effect dun. Sinasabi ko sa anak ko lagi, anak, lagi ka nagko-computer na ganyan, mas tatalino ka ba dyan? Or mas magiging productive pa yung investment mo na time dyan. You cannot bring back time. Sabi ko sa kanya, yung mga ibang kids, they're advancing and they're growing. Would you want? And so sabi, Dad, I have this. So, hindi ko pwedeng i-arm wrestle yung anak ko to stop playing or else he will hate me for life. Technology yun. So, baka yung pinaka gusto kong squash, yun pala yung tool na gagamitin ni God to make him a cutting edge for his life. Ngayon, self-control is minsan yun ang struggle. Ang kailangan natin intindihin is the character and the self-control and wisdom. So, my suggestion for you is to get Ivy's book on that one. Papakita niya sa'yo kung paano mo malalaman, paano mo mamamonitor yung anak mo kung meron siyang self-control. And so, hindi madali yun eh. So, the wise choices, kailangan turuan natin sila how to make wise choices and have this positive conversation with them. Hindi siya overnight, I tell you. Even, kanina sabi ko sa anak ko, Dave, paano ba yan? How do you get yourself out of the playing video games? Sabi niya, it's hard. But if I have a better thing in mind, which is basically to be in love, to have good salary later on, then that might motivate me more. So you have to focus on a positive avenue.
One of the things we've learned about parenting is you have two different perspectives. The perspective of the parent and the perspective of the child. Yung bata, iniisip niya, ito lang gagawin ko eh. Papasok ako sa school, tapos na naman yung assignment ko, wala na akong magandang gagawin. So, I'll make myself useful and productive by probably doing gaming.
Yeah.
But for a mother, of course, or a parent, ang nasa isip mo, hindi, kailangan gumawa ka ng something productive. Kasi iba pa nga yung perspective mo. Sa'yo, ang productivity is, iisip ka kung ano pa pwedeng magawa sa bahay, tumulong, makagawa ng project or whatever, no?
Maglatek, gumawa ng bilo-bilo, yan.
Pero magkaiba talaga kayo eh. One of the things I realize is I have to get into their world nga and see what they're seeing. Meron akong gusto pakita sa kanila, pero hanggat hindi ko nakita yung nakikita nila, hindi ko matuturo kung paano pumunta doon. And that's why we call it nga training. Bata pa lang, tinutulungan mo na siya. Sana maganda nga yung relationship nyo. Para pagka meron ka sinabi, sasama siya. Tapos pagka may tinuro ka, gusto niya. So, relationship and getting into their world is actually a big thing. Now, dito lalabas din yung creativity. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, we have to be a student of our children. So, we want them to do something else, pero how do we make them do it in a way that they will cooperate, that it will be fun for them, that it will be, something worth doing for them. Sa'yo kasi worth doing yon, pero sa kanila, is it really worth doing? So, sabi nga ni Bernard, you're moving now into being a coach, and a coach is somebody who actually would want to figure out first who your coachee, what makes him tick, what are his interests. Meron akong gustong iparealize sa kanya, pero hindi ko basta-basta pwede ibigay sa kanya eh. Hindi ko siya mapasusunod. So, a good coach is actually trying to help develop the relationship. And once you develop the relationship, get into their interest, and then find ways how you can navigate and bring them towards a more fruitful and productive direction. Kasi sa kanya, productive yun. Baka sa atin, hindi. So, ibang perspective natin. Yun ang natutunan ko. Magkaiba talaga tayo. Iba yung nakikita natin, iba yung nakikita nila. But do not assume na alam na nila kung ano yung tama. Hindi nila alam. So, kaya nga may guidance pa na kailangan sa parents.
Galing!
For next question, Coach, you can read the questions at the Q&A box below. Or would you want me to...
Yeah, iano mo na lang.
Sige po. Paano po, from anonymous attendee, the question is, paano po ba mababalance if working kami pareho ng husband ko? Konting time lang po namin nakakasama ang mga bata.
Yeah. Challenge talaga yun, kasi hindi naman tayo pwede mag-parenting remotely. Pero yung konting time mo sana na meron ka when you have with your children, you hope and you pray that it's a great engagement. And you actually should make a whole lot of time on the milestones of your children. Hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin pare-pareho yung time na may bibigay natin sa mga anak natin. There are some parents who are home-based, there are parents who are OFWs, iba-ibang scenarios natin. Pero sana yung puso mo at saka yung isip mo, you believe in them and you have so much desire to have good relationship with your children. So, as for the actual practicalities of that one, ikaw lang talaga. Kasi kung meron kang pagmamahal, gagawa mo ng paraan to be with your children. I think that's one of the rules that I see in most parents.
At saka, it's choosing to make the remaining time that you have with your children, good memories, no? Minsan kasi, kukunti na nga lang yung oras na papagalitan pa, wala silang naririnig sa atin kung hindi mag-aral ka na, maligo ka na, late ka na, yun lang ang magiging memory nila sa atin. So, one is big deal talaga to make a good relationship with your children. Try asking them how you are. Kasi whether you like it or not, alam naman talaga nila yan, except that they're really into the things that are interesting, sabi nga ni Bernard. So, very important that we put really, ang tawag ko doon, routines. More than just the boundaries. May routine yung bata na pag galing siya sa eskwelahan, anong unang niyang gagawin, ano yung kailangan niyang tapusin, so that pag natapos naman yun, then pwede na siyang maglaro and all that. No? Now, put routines into your children's life, not just about the study, but even about being nice to people, greeting their parents, being nice to their siblings and all that. Pag may routine na yon, yun yung training na sinasabi natin. Natututunan nila, tapos back of hand na lang, parang ginagawa nila ng natural na lang, no? Hindi na kailangan sabihan. So, if we can be more consistent about that, natutunan ko sa training, yung natutunan ko sa sports, kailangan tuloy-tuloy, kailangan consistent, kailangan may routine, may schedule, kailangan gumagaling yung bata. Kailangan may praise, kagaya sa sports coach. So, ginawa namin yon. Parang, kasi nga, madalas, di ba, magulo sila, makalat, hindi ginagawa yung homework. So, meron kaming chart. Pagka nagawa yung homework, may check mark. So, those are your positive rewards. Kasi the things that you reward are the things that are actually repeated. When you reward, they are repeated. Pag pinagalitan, hindi nangyayari, hindi nagagawa kasi negative. Hindi na nakikinig, nagsha-shut off na sila pagka negative yung sinasabi sa kanya. That goes for nabubulyawan sila, napapagalitan, and all that. No? Kasi nakikita ko yung mga questions has a lot to do with the discipline of children. And if all you ever do naman is puro discipline, mawawala yung puso nila sa'yo. Kung puro ka naman oo lang ng oo sa ginagawa nila, mawawala naman yung kanilang boundaries, no? So, dapat nasa gitna tayo. You have the boundaries, you have the discipline, you have the relationship. Ang tawag ko doon, putting in the routines. Pag naglagay ka ng routines, nandun yung relationship dahil pinipraise mo siya, binibigyan mo siya ng reward, pero nandun yung boundaries. Ito yung dapat nating matapos, ito yung itsura ng outcome, and ito yung importansya niyan, bakit very important na matapos mo to bago maglaro, na naiintindihan niya, he is cooperating with you. So once it becomes second nature for them, ang dali, when they grow up, hindi ka na paulit-ulit, hindi mo na kailangan sabihan. I remember my children, I'll always have those charts. Kasi, na-realize ko, hindi nila alam yung expectation natin. Kunyari, maglinis ka ng kwarto mo. Yung malinis sa'yo, hindi malinis sa kanila. Or again, perspective. Iba yung linis mo sa linis nila. So I had to break down into little things. What are the things that they need to do? Meron pa kaming see, say, show, and do. I let them see it, I show them, and I tell them to do it, and then they keep on practice, and then I put a star. Ang dami. Parang gagawan mo talaga ng paraan para ma-motivate. Yun ang sinasabi natin. Put yourself in their shoes. Kung left to yourself, hindi mo gagawin. Kung puro lang sasabihan ka dahil sa mali mong ginawa, demotivate ka. So, let's try another approach. Approach of a coach. Diba yung mga basketballista, bakit ba kahit na ang strict ng coach, nasumusunod pa rin, excited silang mag-dribble, mag-practice. Kasi nga, may reward. Kasi nga, coach, it is routine and it is practice consistently.
Nice. I love that. Kailangan talaga yung routine nandun at saka may reward. So that wag din kayong ma-feel niya ang swerte naman ng mga anak ni Bernard. When we were starting our journey, ang dami rin talagang fumbles, ang dami din namin pinag-aaralan. This work, this doesn't work. But we realized, kailangan unahin niyo muna relationship. Relationship rules, ika nga. Bago sa rules, relationship muna. So yung dalawang yung pag-aaralan niyo. Relationship should go before the rules. Pero, hindi naman pwedeng walang rules. So, I just want to say hi to my friend Jason Buensalido. Nandiyan ka pala. Hi.
Okay, we have an FB Live question. This question is from Coach Ben Ampil. Hi, Coach Ben.
Friend! Hi, friend!
What advice would you give to motivate individuals, youth and young adults, to maximize their ECQ time by pursuing self-development?
Ay, nako. Pag mag-isa ka lang ngayon, ang dami mong time. Di ba? Pinagpipray mo dati, magkaroon ka sana ng time to be able to become stronger, to do the things you love. Now you have it. So medyo ngayon, mag-self-reflect ka. Ano ba talaga importante? I'm sure yung worries nandyan, anong pabalikan ko sa work, paano kikita, hindi mo magagawa ngayon. So ECQ, be better. Learn more, and then connect to others. I think one of the things that I'm learning to keep my sanity is to be able to be with others by Zooming, Vibering, and lahat ng mga PDF books ko ngayon kung binubuksan. Binabasa ko siya, tsaka yung YouTube gamit na gamit ko. Dahil my training now is beyond borders. So, it's global.
I think when it comes to motivation, kasi motivation has a lot to do with foresight. Ano yung nakikita mo far and ahead? Kung may nakikita ka, then you would do it. But if all you see is the now, mahirapan ka. Kaya ang sarap humilata sa TV, ang sarap matulog, and you feel like you deserve this. Pero pag may foresight ka, meron kang ang tawag namin doon, mga pegs, mga example, gaganahan ka eh. So, I think it pays to actually see motivated people as well. It pays to see good examples. And it pays to actually learn from what they do and try to see what you can do to fit into your own direction. Kaya nga meron kang strengths finder kasi maintindihan mo, hindi tayo pare-pareho naman na lahat tayo motivational speaker. Manap ka ng peg mo, ng inspiration mo, na katulad din halos ng strengths mo. At doon makikita mo, ito pala ginagawa niya, nagbabasa siya ng libro, ganito pala ginagawa niya, nakikinig siya ng maraming podcast, ganito pala ginagawa niya, nag-exercise siya para mas fit siya, may accountability partner pala siya, meron pala siya mga libro na binabasa, na tinatapos, meron siya reflection, ang dami, nakakatuwa yon. Kasi yun, it comes with the foresight na, I wanna be like that. Yun ang basic thing that actually motivates us. But if all you ever see are your weaknesses, Ginawa ko na yun dati. Bakit ko pa gagawin? Ay, wala na akong hindi ko naman yan, hindi naman ako magaling dyan hindi naman ako kaya nila etc. So, it actually discourages you. So, yung strengths-based parenting, yun nga, hahanapin mo, saan ka magaling?
Yeah.
Saan ang pwede mong, baka yung trabaho na pwede mong gawin in this ECQ has not been discovered yet. We're finding out there are a lot of work and occupation na hindi natin alam before, pero ngayon may need. So, baka may ma-discover ka doon. Doon ma-inspire ka. So, motivation is intrinsic and also extrinsic, pero it starts here. What do you see? What do you see about yourself? I hope it helps.
Thank you.
Okay, for the next question, Coach and Miss Ivy, we have a Zoom live question. Sir Nelson.
Oh. Come in.
Mr. Nelson Batigas. Okay.
Unmute and we want to see your face. Yeah.
You may now ask your question, Sir Nelson.
Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, sir.
Hello po. Hello po, ma'am. Ma'am. Sir, tanong ko lang po kasi yung mga anak ko po kasi nagsipag-asawa na maaga, nandito pa rin sila sa akin. Hindi ko naman po kayang itaboy. Ano po ba dapat gawin ko?
Ibig sabihin, meron na kayong mga apo at saka meron na kayong manugang. Meron na kayong mga apo. Okay. Ganito po yan. Kapag meron na kayong apo at meron na kayong, ibig sabihin, yung mga anak nyo, adult kids na. Nasa, kumbaga, nandun na sila sa punto na sila ay magulang na rin. Diba?
Opo.
Mahirap, sabi nga nila, mahirap turuan ang magulang. So, kailangan, ang mangyayari po dyan talaga, sila ang buhay na mismo ang magtuturo sa kanila. Wala tayong magagawa kung hindi minsan suportahan sila, pero minsan din, mas maganda ituro natin sa kanila kung paano gumawa ng tamang desisyon on their own. Kayo rin po ba ang nagpo-provide sa kanila? Kayo po ba ang bumibili ng mga pagkain at saka nagastusin para sa mga anak nyo? Hello? Kuya Nelson, tanong po yun.
Opo, pati yung mga apo.
So
grabe.
Ibig sabihin
hello po. Pati mga apo po. Ako po nag-aalaga.
So, opo. Sila ang nagpakasarap, kayo ang nagtrabaho. So, ganito po gagawin natin. Ano po yan?
Siya nga po.
Mamahalin po natin ang anak natin. Pero, kailangan i-draw nyo yung linya kung saan ba yung responsibility nito. Kapag sila'y may anak na, sila po ang sarili dapat bumuhay ng mga anak nila. Ngayon, paano kung hindi sila train? Yun ang tanong, di ba? How will you now go about that? Yun ang tinatawag nating life as a teacher. Tuturuan tayo ng buhay yung mga desisyon nating mali, pinapalakas tayo niyan. Yan ang mga gagabay sa atin. Ngayon, mas sabihin natin, di paano yun, coach? Ang hirap naman. Minsan, ganyan talaga yung buhay. Binibigyan tayo ng mas may hirap na challenges para mas matuto tayo. Kasi minsan, hindi tayo gumagawa ng tamang decision. So, we learn the hard way.
Po.
Sir Nelson, maraming salamat po. At nakikita namin kayo dyan. At ganda
po, salamat.
Social distancing lang po.
Thank you, Sir Nelson.
Thank you po. Thank
Coach
you.
and Miss Ivy, we have another Zoom live questionnaire. This is from Miss Kate Palanya. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Now ready? Kate?
Hey there, Kate.
Before we're fixing the connection po, I have another question here. bad habits po ba ang pamamalo and pagsigaw?
Actually, yung pagsigaw medyo hindi naman productive, ano? Kasi once you are elevated, ika nga emotionally elevated, medyo yung decision-making factor mo, naka-survival mode ka na, adrenaline-based, and you are irrational in many points. So pag namalo ka ng medyo elevated ang emotions mo, kawawa ka naman, kawawa din yung anak mo. So how do you go about that? So we need to start learning our reasons, what triggers us. So wag mong hihintay na maging heightened ka bago ka hindi mo pinapasya anak, tapos biglang pag sumobra, para kang bull ka naman, sumasabog ka. No? Imbis na sabihin mo na lang in a very direct, objective way. So anak, hindi ko na nagugustuhan to, ito yung kailangan natin ginagawa. So part of that is doing your job as a parent from 0 to 6. Kapag hindi mo na-discipline yung anak mo from 0 to 6, it's gonna be a challenging conversation from 7 onwards. I'm telling you that because we've gone through there. But once you've done your job as a parent, when your children sees you as an authority and respects you as the person who loves them and cares for them, but is also firm, ang mga bata will naturally be led by a leader like you. So, any more questions?
Yes, we have a Zoom live question from Miss Christine Signoron.
Hi. Hi, Christine. Unmute.
Unmute. Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Christine. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Christine from Davao. So I have a yes po. I have a ano ba to? The host has asked me to start her video. Start my video. Okay. Sorry. I have a magpo 14-year-old about to be 14-year-old by July. So my question is, so growing up, my daughter struggles with communication and relationships, that she's content of being alone, although she has a handful of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So she has difficulties opening up, and she vocally said that she has a very, very, very low confidence and self-esteem. So last night I was asking her, she said, "Mommy, I don't have any strength at all." So being an EQ coach, so what possible measure should or must a single parent like me do, though I've tried engaging her to enrolling in sports, in music and tutoring? And another side question, kasi my daughter's behavior is somewhat quite erratic at times. So at what extent should a parent perceive or observe before planning or even deciding to see a probable psychiatrist for her?
Yes. Minsan na-alarm tayo kapag yung anak natin nag-exhibit minsan ng kakaibang behavior, no? Like from other kids, ang peg natin, or from us. Na, uy, bakit hindi nagsasalita? Uy, bakit withdrawn? Or ba't indifferent yung anak ko, no? And so we get alarmed because hindi siya norm. Again, this is what Ivy was saying a while ago, be a student of your child. One of the things that we as parents do as compared to teachers and other mental health practitioners, tayo nakikita natin yung anak natin 24/7. So kung tayo ini-equip natin sarili natin to be able to see and figure out what's a norm for low self-esteem, kung may struggle ba siya kung nagsa-struggle ba siya sa depression, nagsa-struggle ba siya sa kahinaan ng loob to venture yung self-worth niya mababa, aaralin mo muna as a parent. Now, before you go to a psychiatrist, or sometimes, syempre, ang inaassume ko, you've exhausted yourselves to the different things that you can do, no? One of the things that we did as parents is to be able to take several assessments to see, ano ba to, norm ba to, or ano ba, yung anak ko ba kakaiba. Minsan kasi yung kakaiba sa atin, akala natin is wrong. Different is wrong. Maybe not. There are so many brilliant kids who does not exhibit norm. And so belief is very important in your child's development. Number 2 also is guidance. So habang binibigyan mo siya ng guidance towards something that's good. I remember the story always of Forrest Gump, diba, growing up. Si Forrest Gump parang pilay siya, kakaiba siya. But the mother who believed in him, who saw the difference in Forrest Gump, nakita mo parang, oh my gosh, may genius pala tong anak ko, mabilis pala tumakbo. There's something that he can do that others can. And so ikaw lang, we as parents are the ones privileged to see that. And so, try mo. Ako, tinatry namin lahat. Try namin assessment kami. Try namin to go for a coach. Try namin and exhaust as you can, as you may. That you'll also, then I hope that you'll be able to find a solution and an assurance at a certain point. But, alam mo, development nga yan. So, ang mga bata, sometimes na-outgrow nila. Ako, may fears ako minsan sa anak ko dati. Naku, bakit yung anak ko hindi lumalabas? Lalo yung panganay ko, hindi nakikibarkada. Baka nasa computer lagi. Sino nakausap niya? And getting into his world assured me that he is actually in the path that he needed to take. And so, galingan lang natin yung connection natin sa mga bata at saka to guide them properly will at least guarantee us towards a better parenting relationship. I hope that answers it. But
Yes.
but
Thank you very much.
suggestion sa'yo, just stay on the relational side, positive side. Of course, there's always a chance to seek out intervention from mental health practitioners.
Yes. Follow up lang po, sir.
Apo.
Yes po. Kasi si ma'am, she said kasi about the routinary, yung discipline plus relationship plus boundaries equals routine. You have to ask your children, like if they come from this coming from the school, or how are you? So I also asked that one to my daughter. So I told her na, how are you? How's school? And isa lang talaga yung sasabihin niya, okay.
No, sa'yo hindi okay yun.
Hindi, kasi I always tell her na, what did mommy say? So, always tell na, okay, so, anong ginawa mo sa school? O umiyak ka ba? Or what did you do? Did you talk to your friends? Gusto ko ganun sana. Kaso siya lang, always yung sinasabi, Mommy, I'm okay. It's okay. Yun lang talaga. And wala na talaga akong ma-expound sa kanya.
Yeah.
Yun lang po. I-share ko lang po yun.
Maybe we can ask other questions as well, no?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or you can open up your own life. This is what happened today with me. Ikaw, ganun din ba? Or, meron kaming, what are the highs and lows of your day? High meaning, ano yung na-excite ka, nangyari sa school? Ano yung lows mo? High and low.
Yes.
Meron kaming, what can you be proud of today? So, different questions para naman hindi, kasi ikaw yung naging routine. So, wag tayo maging routine sa kanila. Sila ang may routine, pero wag tayo maging routine sa kanila. Kasi pag naging routine tayo sa kanila, para tayong noise.
Yeah.
Parang, ayan na naman. Tatanungin na naman niya ako, how was your day? Noise na sila. So, it has to be interesting. So, minsan, I have to bring them out pa to Jollibee. Wala muna ako tatanungin, papakainin ko muna. Napansin ko kasi, pagka kumakain kami, mas marami siyang kinukwento. So, Jollibee. So, iba-iba.
Okay.
Wag ikaw yung routinary. Sila, mayroong routine. Pero ikaw, kailangan iba-iba yung approach natin sa ating mga anak.
Okay.
Nice.
I hope it
Thank
helps.
you very much.
Thank you, Ms.
Yes,
Christine.
thank you very much. Yes,
We have another Zoom participant live question. Ms. Valerie. You may now ask your question.
Hi, unmute, ma'am.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, good
Go ahead
afternoon.
Ayan.
po.
Hello po. Um, Hi, Coach. Ako
Hello.
kasi, I grew up in a Spanish way of parenting ng magulang ko, no? So, pagka lalabas, o sige, nako, yung legs mo, pagka na sugatan yan, nako, papaluin kita. So negative yung approach, no? So, I grew up na parang hindi ako enough dahil lahat puro negative. Now, I have 3 kids, all girls, 8, 5, and 2 years old. Conscious effort talaga ang ginagawa ko na positive parenting sa kanila. Kaya lang sometimes kasi they're getting into my nerves. So nadidiscourage ako sa ginagawa ko sa kanila. Coach, how do I go about parenting in this situation na kasi I want the negative parenting to end with me, and I want to start a positive parenting from me. So
Yeah.
yun ang gusto kong mangyari sa mga bata. Kaya lang sometimes kasi nakukuha ng mga anak ko yung pagkamaldita ko. So mas maldita pa sila sa akin. So hindi ko ma-handle in a positive way. How do I go about it?
Oo nga, no. Actually, yung pinakamahirap talaga pag lumabas yung unconscious, yung nature natin. Yung minsan gusto mo pero hindi mo magawa. So, what do you do in those situations? One is to be mindful about just loving. Kasi the loving nature that God gave us is to be able to respond to our kids in loving ways. Kasi minsan, again, kaya gusto mo silang pagalitan. Kasi nakikita mo yung negative. Yun lang yung nakikita lagi natin. No? And so, we need to create new pair of lenses to be able to be students of these children. Kailangan i-equip din natin sarili natin. Ano ba yung mga superheroes ba, superpowers ba ng mga bata? Una, pag hindi mo alam, hindi mo makikita sa anak mo. So, ikaw mismo, i-equip mo rin yung sarili mo. Ano ba yung mga tama na pala yung ginagawa na mo, hindi mo pa napapansin. So, I guess first is to upgrade our system instead of just the negative culture that you inherited from your parents. Is now to figure out, baka may iba akong peg na parents. I can actually learn from other people. And so,
I see.
we're able to turn around naman our situation. God is a turnaround specialist. So, pwede naman tayong maturuan. Pero it's a conscious effort, I tell you. Kasi minsan, lalo na pag mas maraming demand sa'yo ng anak mo, lumalabas sa'yo yung the bad side. Di ba? From within. But,
tama po.
Kailangan matuto tayo huminga rin ng konti, no? Hinga pag may time.
Tama po. Yun na nga po, Coach, kasi tulad niya, kanina yung sinabi niyo po, maganda yung sinabi niyo, character over grades. Kasi since yung mga anak ko, although hindi naman line of 7, hindi naman mababa, pero may line of 7 kumbaga. Hindi naman 74 pero may line of 7. So I get frustrated na parang anak, bakit meron kang line of 7? Tas ang dami ko ng doon po ako nawawalan ng nawawala sa vision ko na dapat conscious effort. Yung po yung term tama po kayo conscious effort.
Ma'am, Miss Valerie, bakit po importante sa inyo na kunyari mababa po sila, kailangan mag-worry kayo, magalit kayo? Bakit po malaking bagay sa inyo yung
kasi Coach, that was how I was brought up Yun nga po yung sinasabi ko po na na since I was brought up in this kind of household, parang ang dating sa akin, growing up, dapat walang line of 7, dapat nasa honor roll, laging ganon. So, nadadala ko yun. Unconsciously, nadadala ko yun sa mga anak ko. So, I have 2 kids who are studying right now. So, pag nakikita ko yung grades nila on a quarterly basis, nag-uusap kami, anak, bakit ganito grades mo? Ba't ganyan? Kasi that was how I was brought up. Tapos ngayon, ito po, nakikita ko sa inyo, sabi nyo, character over grade. So, dun po, tama kayo dun ano po yung sinabi nyo kanina, yung pong conscious effort.
Yeah. Ma'am, later on po marirealize nyo yung maliliit na dips on the grades na maski na yung journey natin. It does not define us as individuals. In fact, I want to share and assure you that on the other side, the flip side, is the reality for valedictorians. Hindi porket valedictorian ka, ikaw yung pinaka-successful sa buhay. Tingnan niyo po yung sa mga classmate niyo po. Yung pinakamatatalino minsan, hindi sila yung pinakamagagaling sa society. And what we need to learn from that one is that rules in the school. Can you mute muna, Valerie? I cannot hear myself. The rules in the school many times are not the rules in real life. And the rules in real life are much more powerful than the rules given to you through this thing called the grades. And so we can learn from them. Si Ivy, natutunan ko sa kanya when they were homeschooling the kids. Pag meron mga mali yung mga bata na sagot, hindi siya para, ba't mali ito? Lagi sinasabi ni Ivy sa sarili niya as a teacher, ba't hindi nila nakuha? Ano kaya yung impact nito? So the error now, the problematic area now becomes an area of relationship building. Nagiging hindi siya yung para pagalitan sila, kundi para malaman lalo paano ko makikilala yung anak ko to this thing called error. So,
I-share ko lang din, may ginagawa kami mag-asawa with our children. Almost every year yun, lalo nang lumalaki sila. We draw up a plan of what are the things that are important for our children. Importante ba yung grades? Importante ba yung character? Importante ba na productive sila? Sinusulat namin din yung parang kumbaga program for training. And then we make a meeting with them, especially when they're grown up na, and show them the outcomes. Ganito kasi yun, ito yung importante para pag nagtrabaho ka, ito yung mangyayari. So, they're seeing not just for the present. Kasi minsan, pag pinapagalitan natin sila, feeling nila, gusto mo lang huminto yung pinapagawa mo masama. So, wala silang vision of the future. So, unlike if nakita nila, this has a lot to do with their future, mas cooperative sila. So, it's drawing up a plan. Again, babalik ako dun sa picture ng coach. Yung coach, laging drawing yun. This is you, this is where we will go, ito yung mga kasama natin, ito yung plano natin, ito yung strategy natin. So, ganun tayo dapat as a parent. May strategy tayo for our children. Inaalam natin kung ano yung kakayanan nila, saan sila magaling. Ito yung plano. I will reward you, I will praise you to move towards that direction. For the weaknesses, medyo iisip ako ng paraan para makorek pa yon. Pero if I can keep myself from the negative reinforcements such as yelling, punishing, shaming, blaming, kung makakaalis ako doon, mas maganda. Kung mas makaka-reward ako, mas maganda. Kasi if you put yourself in the shoes of a child, mas gaganahan siya. Mas magiging cooperative, mas exciting para sa kanya.
Thank you po.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Valerie. Coach, can we still answer 3 last questions? Okay.
Sure.
We have another Zoom live question. She's back. Miss Kate?
Hi. Hi, Miss Kate.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Coach.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Okay, go ahead, Kate.
Coach, I have a question. Medyo practical siya. I have an 8-year-old boy, and in the past, I enrolled him in a music lesson. Pero, kasi nakita ko na he's interested in that.
Hmm.
But while the lesson was ongoing, he decided na ayaw na niya.
Sure.
So my question is, I'm planning on doing something like that again because I see potential in him. I see that he's interested talaga in music, or kaya what if he's interested in sports? I can enroll him in another lesson. Pero is it right for me to force him to stick to a commitment at a young age? He's just 8-year-old right now. Or do I give him free will? I let him choose. I allow him to discontinue the lesson in the middle of it. Parang naisip ko rin kasi medyo waste of money rin pag nakapagbayad ka na tapos all of a sudden
Yeah.
ayaw niya. Pero is it forcing him to do something that I want and not something that he wants? Pero iniisip ko nga because he's just 8-year-old. So do we teach him assertiveness already, or I control him pa muna?
Actually, alam mo, ito lang ang isa sa mga naiinggit ako. Okay, kung pwede pang mainggit, no? Pero hindi rin productive. But kids with musical talent and artistic talent is something that reveals already a talent of a child. No? Pero paano kung yung anak mo hindi talented musically or in art form? So that's why there are strengths-based talent teams na hindi lang siya executory in music or in art form. Pero nakakatuwa talaga kapag merong talent yung anak mo sa music. Now, all my kids, pinadaan ko yan sa piano. May teacher sila, nag-violin, tas nag-ballet. Hindi pala violin, ballet. Nag-ballet yung mga babae.
Nag-ice skating.
Nag-ice skating. In-expose ko sila kung saan yung magugustuhan nila at saka yung something that they're really...
Wala naman silang nagustuhan kahit na saan doon. It's just an exposure. Pero kung hindi mo mapipilit yun eh. Yeah. Kasi talent na yun eh.
Pero nung nagluto-luto sila, nagustuhan nila.
Oo, hanapin mo. Yun yung nakita ko eh. Trial and error for us. As we said, you're going to be a student of your children. Hindi mo man malalaman kung hindi mo i-try. Nag-swimming, ice skating, lahat na naloka ako sa kakapunta, hatid-hatid sa kanila. But I realized, may iba talaga silang inclination. And then lumabas din yon later on. Yeah. Wala dun sa mga sports na yon ang naging kahiligan nila ngayon. But at least you tried as a parent.
Yeah. Keep trying. Whatever will hit later. Nag-gymnastics pa nga yung mga anak ko. Pero you'll never know until you try. Keep finding what they're passionate to do. Pero may mga alam ako mga bata, dahil yung parents, sobra silang porsigido din. Tapos i-encourage nila yung mga anak nila to play musically. Siyempre sa simula, ayaw ng mga bata. Tapos later on, na-overcome na nila yung hurdle. Ngayon, ang gagaling mag-piano. Lumalaban na sila sa international competition. So there's no right and wrong eh. Ikaw pa rin talaga makaka-dictate kung frustrate na ba to? Pero kung meron ka rin talagang desire and meron ka talagang patience as a parent. Kasi susundan mo din yan eh. Kahatid mo, pabantayan mo. Yes. It's also a parent game. So kung kami ba naging mas pasensyoso kami to bring our kids, pwede rin maging matuto yung anak namin. Pero kasi hindi rin kami. Nasa parents din yan. So, but there are kids, ang bilis matuto naman. Hindi mo tinuruan mag-gitara, tapos biglang may barkada, nag-gitara. Di ba? So, keep trying. Keep trying. That's what we're saying. Thanks, Kate.
Okay. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you so much.
Coach Bernard and Miss Ivy, before we move on to the last Zoom live questionnaire, which is Ms. Roxanne, I have a question here, a present question, also my personal question from Ms. Cherry Crisostomo. How can we explain to kids lightly that this COVID pandemic is survival?
How can we explain? Actually, depende no sa kung ang anak mo beyond 8 years old na mas madali explain yan. It's harder to explain from kids zero, mas siguro mga 2-year-old to about 4-year-old because it's a complicated thing. Except that it's so natural this situation, mas ang mga bata mas madaling makaintindi ng concrete kaysa sa abstract. So ang COVID situation is a concrete situation. Either you get killed or you live it. Hindi katulad ng conceptual, ang hirap explain sa mga bata. So it's about cleaning, it's about germs, it's easier to explain to children, except that, pero pag bata pa yan, marami silang tanong. So, I know there are some parents, sinisimplify masyado. Ako, I'm pro-natural. Kailangan mas totoo, pero mas simple yung explanation. Kailangan mas galingan mo yung illustration mo para makuha ng mga bata, para mag-get sila. In this generation, hindi napakahirap explain. Ang daming video that supports this COVID experience.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Can we call now Ms. Roxanne?
Hi, Roxanne.
Hi po, magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon.
I am almost 40 na, but my son is still 5 years old. Now, I am medyo napapraning kasi my son is already curious about how he was made. But sadly, my husband is not working here. He is a OFW. So, one time when he was still 4, but before that, I brought my son, parang pinapacheck ko po kasi medyo maliksi, parang ganun ba. Kasi akala ko baka may DH, yung super hyper, ganun. But then, yung result naman is good because hyper siya, but verbally hyperactive, not really the other way around. Now, when he was 4 years old ata yun, he was asking me kung paano daw siya ginawa. Parang ganun ba. So, since ako lang, hindi ko naman ma-explain yun. Kasi medyo may pagka-advance yung anak ko. May curious, yung sa mga private part, parang curious na siya, yung ganun. Ano daw laman ng scrotum niya, parang mga ganun din. Anong uses ng penis niya. So now, paano ko po ba sasagutin yung mga tanong niya that will not lead his curiosity na in a very early age, gagawin niya. Parang ganun. Kasi natatakot ako eh. And when he asked me that time, I told him to wait for your tatay to come home and then ask him. Kasi hindi ko na alam kung paano ko sasagot sa kanya.
Ilang taon po yung anak niyo?
Ngayon, 5 years old po.
5 years old.
Opo. Parang early kasi yung ano niya eh, yung curiosity niya.
Well, una kasi po yung context ng tanong niya. I remember we had a friend na ganyan, may nagtanong yung anak niya, so naglabas na siya ng picture ng reproductive system and all that. Yung pala ang gusto lang ng bata, malalaman kung magkakaroon pa siya ng ibang kapatid. So may context yung tanong niya, no? Maybe it would be nice to ask, why do you wanna ask that? Ano yung concern niya, no? Secondly, if he's actually curious about his body parts and the reproductive system, it will be good for him to learn from you. I'm sure you don't like his friends introducing it to him dahil pwedeng bastos ang dating or siyempre iba yung context nun and you don't want other people introducing that to him. I know na pwedeng hintayin mo yung asawa mo pero kung curious na siya, baka sa internet pa maghanap. At hindi tayo sigurado kung saan niya makukita yung tamang sagot, no? So what I try to do with my children is actually show the reproductive parts and I called it for what it is. and told them how the babies develop and that ganun, walang mali siya. Hindi ako natakot kasi nalaman ko na gusto lang naman nilang malaman kung meron ngang stork, 'di ba? Meron ganun yung babies come from the stork. Curious lang sila kung may stork talaga na nagdadala ng baby o talaga namang merong ano natin sa body natin nang gagaling mga bata.
Kasi ano sa kanya, before, sabi niya, saan daw siya nanggaling ko? Sabi ko, you were once in my tummy, sabi ko sa kanya. And then, so paano daw siya kumakain? May refrigerator by daw yung tummy ko? Parang mga ganun. Oo.
Actually, valid mga questions niya and it seems like he's an intelligent boy.
Yeah.
And I think it is good to answer him intelligently as well. Use this opportunity to actually show them and teach him. Don't waste this golden opportunity. There's nothing malicious about that. Mas maganda sa atin kukuha ang sagot.
Actually, dami ngayon din sa YouTube, no? Explaining the development of a child from conception until yung cartoons siya, tapos maganda yung slant. So ikaw muna as a parent, you be ready for your answer to him or to her. So what you need to do is basically get the question, digest it, sabi nga ni Ivy, get the context, para tama yung sagot mo, hindi mo ina-assume na kung ano yung whatever they're asking. So, pero you are blessed to have a child who's already thinking at a very young age.
Ang tawag doon, curiosity. And this is what we want for children, that they're curious about learning, curious about the birds, the flowers, the COVID. Ngayon, minsan, dahil nagtatrabaho tayo, marami tayong ginagawa as a parent, feeling natin nakukulitan ako, nagagalit ka, but this is a golden opportunity. If you ask teachers, this is what they want to own from children. A sense of curiosity, a sense of wanting to learn, may love for learning, yun ang tawag yan.
Yeah.
Siguro naunahan ng takot. Kasi 'di ba sa generation ngayon iba kasi, iba dun sa generation sa akin, kung sa akin mismo na experience, parang ganun ba? Kasi kung sa biology nga ay high school na yun nataturo sa atin kung paano ginawa yung baby, ganun. But now, para ba ako natataranta or gano'n ba? So, maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
So, okay lang po ba talagang ganun yung direct yung yung direct yung pagkasagot ko sa kanya na ganito.
Yes.
Okay po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Ms. Roxanne.
Okay po.
Okay, and thank you so much, Coach Bernard, Ms. Ivy. Any last few messages, advices to our participants and viewers?
Siguro, as the gist of, kasi ang parenting napakalawak talaga, no? Kaya napansin mo ang mga questions sa mga parents has to do a lot with sometimes discipline. Paano ko ba to kontrolin in a way na I'll get the better outcome? Well, the truth of the matter is it's really hard to control, especially the older they get. Pag mas maliit yan, mas makokontrol mo siya. And so we need to equip ourselves with learning. The best thing we can do, number one position, para hindi tayo masistress lahat, is to be grateful. Meron kang anak. Kasi hindi lahat nabiyayaan ng anak. Ngayon, be prepared, be ready to become a loving and a knowledgeable parent. Yun ang number one na kailangan gawin natin. Pangalawa is be patient. Madami silang tanong, marami silang minsan na pwedeng gawin na hindi mo gusto. Be patient with each journey. Hindi mo makukuha ang sagot lahat immediately. Sometimes the answers will be revealed years down the road. Be patient. Number three is be a student of your children. So love them, know them, and empower them. So kanina sinasabi namin, you have to train them, discover their talent, and then provide tools for them to succeed. Thank you so much for listening. We
Thank you
enjoyed
so
it.
much. That is noted, Coach Bernard. I'll see you soon. Maraming
Yes.
salamat for the insights, and it's very helpful, especially to me and to the parents out there. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. And for our viewers and participants, please stay tuned because I have a few reminders and acknowledgement. We would like to thank and acknowledge our win-win partners, our official media partner, Art Plus Magazine, our digital media partners. Thank you to Focus Media, Globaltronics, and City Advertising Ventures Corporation. For digital media partners, Outcom. And for our win-win partners, thank you to Brother, Faber-Castell, Glutacy, Moringa O2, KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo Tokyo, and Lotus Biscoff. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Please scan this QR code and it will be directed to our Facebook page. Again, don't forget to like us on Facebook. It's Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. For our upcoming online learning sessions, this will be tomorrow. Don't forget to register. What should sales executives be doing to generate sales now and after the lockdown? We have invited an international speaker, Mr. Chris Rando. We have KonMari method, declutter your space, spark joy in your life. This will be on Wednesday, April 15. We have invited a certified KonMari consultant, Ms. Renelyn Tan Castilleos. On Thursday, Social Security System Members Assistance on COVID-19 Impact, we have invited Mr. Jomer C. Gonzalez, a spokesperson from SSS. And on Friday, April 17, we have Ms. Abigail Arenas de Leon, and she will be discussing the dynamics of working from home, develop your professionalism while working virtually. On Saturday, April 18, Communication and Relationships, Building in Times of Crisis, how to ensure that your customer relationships outlast COVID-19 pandemic. This will be discussed by our speaker, Mr. Ekon Malik. And on Monday, April 20, Better Decision Making and Understanding the Global Reactions to COVID-19 Using Neuroscience. We have invited a US certified neuroscience coach, Coach Ben Ampil. And wow, we have invited Mr. Chinky Tan. This will be on Saturday, April 25. Manage money in a crisis. Strategies to manage your money better. Don't forget to register, guys. We would like to invite you in another e-learning session from our partner, Mr. Paulo Tibig. He will be discussing work mode mindset, leadership lessons employees can learn at this time of crisis. This will be on April 16, 10 a.m. Please visit his Facebook page at Paulo Tibig. And if you want to invite our Ariva Speakers Bureau and customize an e-learning session exclusively for your company,